Welcome guys to day 2 of the Ballet Fundamentals Challenge. If you are jumping in today, you have already seen day 1 and you've worked on your 5 positions of your feet. You may have even started your day that way today by getting into the 5 positions of the feet, sitting on the floor, working on those point and flex, and then also working on that rotation, making sure that we're developing the muscles in the hips to externally rotate the legs so that when we start to do more complex movements, that rotation is already there. Now, we're gonna leave the bottom half of the body behind today and we're gonna work on the top half. Now, if you'll look at any type of ballet dancer, you're going to see that their arms work in a very fluid, artistic way. It doesn't just stop at the elbow or the wrist, it continues all the way through the hands, the arms, they move very beautifully. Now, that takes many years to develop. It's not something that you're just going to be able to do automatically. In fact, you may even find that it's one of the most difficult things that we work on over the course of these 5 days. But I'm going to walk you through the 5 positions of the arms, and then I'm also going to walk you through the positioning of the hands. And the most essential part of this is the difference between a rounded arm and a lengthened arm, or a circular and allongé position, or allongé, elongated position, okay? So, starting out, we have our preparatory position. Now this is important. The best way to find this is to place your hands on your hips, then pull your elbows in front of your shoulders, so your shoulders stay back, your elbows come forward. Then you're going to bring your arms down from that position while maintaining the elbow alignment with the shoulder. So we don't want to have our arms resting on our legs. We don't want to have the elbows back this way. Elbows are forward, shoulders are back, and we're lifting up through the belly button to create a nice strong position and supported position for our back and for our body. From here, if you look at my hands, there's about 3 fingers distance between one hand and the other. I'm not out here, I'm not too close together. So there is a little bit of distance between my fingers. Now, let's zoom in here onto my hand. The hand position is really important. So if you look at my hand, we have our middle finger here, my pointer finger, my ring finger, and my pinky finger. Each finger is in its own line. Now we want to have the middle finger slightly in, the ring finger and pointer finger are going to be slightly above that, the pinky finger is slightly above that, and then the thumb is close to my middle finger. So it's not up here, we're not extending the thumb isn't down, it's not stuck against my hand, it's just close to that finger, okay? So again, coming back to this preparatory position here, preparatory position then lifts up to belly button height. Middle finger, draw a straight line out from your belly button. There's your first position. So we want to lift our arms up here because that shuts off the upper body. You can't see my chest. There's no presentation of the upper body. Keeping the middle finger at the height of the belly button. Shoulders are down. We're not lifting our shoulders. We're not contracting the trapezius at the back of the neck. We're keeping that position, the distance between our ear and our shoulders, as far as possible, as we possibly can. From there, you're going to lift your arms all the way up. Now, depending on who's teaching this and the syllabus that you're learning or the classroom that you're in, you may be told that this is 3rd position. You may also be told that this is 5th position. We'll jump into why in a second. In the Vaganova method, this will be 3rd position. In the RAD, the Royal Academy of Dance, or even the Cecchetti, this might be called 5th position, okay? Now, from here, we're going to open the arms out to the side. This is our 2nd position. You can see that my elbow is slightly in front of my shoulder, my wrist is slightly in front of my elbow, and there's a slight downward slope from shoulder to elbow to wrist. Okay, so we're not up by our side like this, we're not too far down this way. It's just like it's coming on a slight diagonal downwards. Imagine if you had a drop of water, you put it on your shoulder, it would drip all the way down the arm without falling down too quickly. And again, keeping that rounded position. Okay, so for preparatory position, 1st position, 3rd or 5th, 2nd position. Now, you're probably wondering, if we have 5th position, where's 4th position? 4th position is going to be a combination of 1st and 3rd. And then if we want to also, potentially we could have, in some versions of ballet, this is going to be called 3rd position. So 3rd, 4th. This is generally then going to be 5th. This is 2nd. So a little bit confusing. There's different ways that things are called in different techniques and different methods. Perfectly fine as long as you know that preparatory 1st, and then this is either going to be 3rd or 5th. This is going to be 4th, and this is potentially going to be called 3rd. This is always second position. Now, easiest way for you to find second position, and this is a little trick that I've developed. If you bring your arms into a bent position, like this, so you're creating a 90-degree angle at the elbow, and the elbow is slightly below the shoulder and in front of your body. Then you slightly extend the arm. So it's not 90 degrees anymore, it's about 45 degrees. And then you rotate the forearm, not the top of the arm, just the forearm, keeping the elbow where it is. You now have a very nice second position. Easiest way to find it, keeping your arms in the right place. If you're feeling a little bit of a pull through the forearm, you're doing the right thing. It's actually pinching that radial nerve. That's what we want. It should be that way. It's not the nicest feeling, but it is correct. Okay, so those are all of our rounded positions. Now we have to look at allongé. So if we have our preparatory position and we take a breath, now we've expanded the rib cage. The arms have to match that expansion. So with the expansion of the rib cage, we extend the arm. Now we don't just extend the elbow and keep our hands where they are. We have to take that rounded position of the hand and extend the hand. So if you think now I'm creating a straight line from my shoulder down to my fingers, that's my allongé position. You will find a lot of combinations that we will do in ballet will start that way. From a preparatory position, we'll start there, and then we'll extend the arm to that allongé position. Now, first position doesn't really have an allongé. We will develop that maybe into a third position, arabesque, but that's something for much later. Second position has an allongé. So second, from that rounded position, we turn the arm. So from here, the hands drop slightly. Imagine if you took your middle finger and attached a paintbrush and drew a J in the air. So from that position, that rounded position, you're dropping the fingers, and then at the top, you can see my elbow drops down to here. So from the rounded position, drawing the J, elbow drops, okay? That's the basic movement to go from a rounded position to an allongé in second position. We also have from this fifth or third, depending on which version of technique we're talking about. From here, you can also go from here to allongé. Now, if you watch my elbows, they pretty much stay in the same space. We're not coming down with the arm and lifting up that way. Also, from second position, we're not lifting the arms up too high. It all stays relatively within the same alignment. The shoulder's not coming up, the arm is not lifting or coming down too much, okay? So, allongé from preparatory, allongé from second, allongé from fifth. Now, if we're going to go through all of these positions, we have to do a port de bras, or a carriage of the arm. So what I'm going to teach you today is what we call port de bras number 1. This is the most basic way that we can practice our port de bras, and it's what you're going to add to what you did yesterday. So going back, rotation, first position, second position, third position, fourth, fifth. Now, if you think about it, we have those positions of the feet. We also have those positions of the arms. So everything correlates in ballet. There's always a foundational principle that follows through to all of the parts of the body. So what you're going to do with your arms. With your arms in preparatory position, you're going to bring them up to first position. As you do that, you're going to look into your right palm. So your head is going to tilt towards the left. Your eyes are going to draw a diagonal line down towards your right palm. Now your arms are going to go up to fifth position, looking into your forearm. From there, you're going to lift your fingers. Now, as you move from fifth position to second position, the fingers lift, open out to second position. Now, before we can go down to preparatory position, we have to take a breath, allongé, and then the arm comes down through the preparatory position, allongé, the elbow comes in, and then the arms round into preparatory position. We've done that to the right, so now we have to do it to the left. Looking into the left palm, lifting the arms up to fifth position, opening the fingers at the top, opening out to second position, allongé, and down. Let's do that one more time to each side. Looking into the right hand, up to fifth, open to second, allongé, and down. Into the left hand, up to fifth, open to the second, allongé, and down. We're going to keep working on that. That's going to be your homework for today. Work on that throughout the day. Walking around the house, cooking dinner, doing whatever. Just practice your port de bras, practice the hand positions, practice going through those 5 positions. And then if you have some extra time, jump back in, work on that rotation, work on the position of the feet, work on the pointing of the feet, because we're going to put that all together tomorrow. See you on day 3.